Good day, and welcome to Recording 1C in our series on solving systems of equations graphically for Unit 8, Chapter 8, Mathematics 2200. We look at how we can solve systems of equations using technology. Now, I'm going to use the graphing calculator because that's the one that you're more likely to have available to you in a test situation, for example. But everything I will do in the demonstration in a moment is recorded here. To begin, press your Y equals on your calculator, and it'll take you to this screen. Clear out anything that you already have in there if it's in the way. And also, if you have any plots that are on up there, they can sometimes interfere. So I'd recommend you go up. If it was highlighted, just choose it and press Enter to turn off the highlighting. Now that everything is clear, we'll put in our first equation. In this case, y equals x squared. The x button is this one, xt theta n. X squared, here's your square button, x squared plus 8x plus 19. Our next equation is negative 2x squared. Now make sure you use the negative symbol, not the subtraction key for negatives. Negative 2x squared minus 16x, now we use a subtraction for that, and subtract 26. Now when we did these graphs manually in Recording 1B, one of the things we had to do was set up our axes with a scale. We went from negative 10 to 10 on both axes. One way you can do that is to go into your window and type it in manually, negative 10 to 10, and every tick mark representing 1 unit. And you do the same thing with the y's. This XRES just refers to the resolution of the screen. Just leave that at 1. However, a faster way to set up the viewing window, a standard viewing window, is press Zoom and number 6. Standard viewing window. So now we've got our window. If we check it, it's set for negative 10 to 10 in both axes. I can press graph and I can see my two graphs. I'd like to see the points of intersection. There is a neat little feature here called trace. And you can try tracing a line. You can see right now it's at 0.19. So it's way up there somewhere off my scale. So if I keep pressing my left arrow button, I'll come down. And I can get around, looks like it's around negative 3 and 4. But it's really hard to tell if that's precise. And that's a problem with the resolution of the screen of this calculator. So there is a better way. It's in your calc menu above your trace button. Now, if you're using the 83, that'll be in yellow. If you're using the 84, look at your second key and see what color it is. But on the 83, yellow second button followed by trace will take you to this menu. And you'll see a nice option here, option 5. Press 5. It wants to know which curves I want the point of intersection for. I might have more than 2 graphs here. So my first curve is indeed y equals x squared plus 8x plus 19, so I'll press enter. And my second curve is indeed the negative 2x squared minus 16x minus 26, so I'll press enter again. And do I want the calculator to guess? Yes, I do. Press enter. And I've got my point of intersection, in my case, at negative 5 and 4. I got that one because my cursor was already close to that one. Let's suppose I want to get the other one. I need to be in trace mode first. Now trace the line, it doesn't matter which graph, just get close to the other point of intersection somewhere and repeat the process. Second trace button to get into this calc menu. Number 5, intersect. First curve, yes, is x squared plus 8x plus 19. Second curve is yes, this one's good. Press enter. I'm ready to guess yes. and I got -3, 4. One other nice to know, not a need to know for this course, but a nice to know for this calculator is this. If you go into your table settings, well, go into your table first. Okay, you notice my table is set up a little differently maybe than yours. That's because if I go into my table settings and I set independent to ask, just go down, press enter on ask, leave the other one on auto. Then go back to your table. Now I'll delete out some of these that I have here. Let's suppose I want to know the y value when x is 3. So remember our point of intersection, we said it was at -3, 4, I believe. So let's confirm that in our table. Second table, and I'll put in -3, and looky look, it calculates, I get the y value of 4. And you can do that for the other point of intersection as well. If you don't have immediate access to a graphing calculator, you could also use this one at desmos.com/calculator. Click inside this text box here and put in, for example, y equals x squared plus 8x plus 19. You could also type these on your computer keyboard. To get another text box, simply press enter and up it comes. So type in your other equation and you get the second graph. And if you want the point of intersection, all you got to do is click your mouse pointer on it. You get that one, click it here, and you get this one. In conclusion, technology can be used to solve a system of equations. Make sure, though, for most graphing utilities and calculators, you have them rearranged to y equals form. The slide for instructions on the calculator that I used is provided. You'll have to consult your owner's manual if you're using a different model. And, of course, there are online graphing utilities. Unfortunately, it's not likely they'll be available for use during tests.